Hey, how's it going? Welcome to this section of the course. This is the Google Chrome driver and profile section of the course. So what we'll be doing in this section is installing the Google driver and creating a new Google Chrome profile that we will be using for our Selenium bot. So a quick agenda for this section. So like I said, we're going to do three things. We're going to download the Google Chrome driver. We're going to create a Google Chrome profile that's separate from your default profile. And then we're going to actually write up some code in Jupyter Notebooks and use Selenium to go to a website. So let's briefly talk about what the Google Chrome driver is. Google Chrome driver basically is what Selenium will use to go and go to a website, or that's the tool or the executable file it will use. Now we're creating a Google Chrome profile because we have our default profile and we want to create another profile where we are going to tell it to remember our Amazon password and what have you. So that's what Google Chrome driver is and what a Google Chrome profile is. And lastly, we will use Selenium, write up some code, and go to a website. So with that, let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and open Google Chrome. And for this section, I would highly suggest that you guys use Google Chrome as your default browser and not any other, not any other browser. I mean, it just makes things easier in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and go to I'm going to go ahead and type in Chrome :// version. And from here, I'm going to get the Chrome version, which is, for me, it's the first two digits here. So it's 83 for me. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to the website that's in the instruction, which is chromedriver.chromium.org/downloads. This is where we will be downloading the Chrome driver from. And so I'm going to go here, and you're going to download the Chrome driver for your version of Chrome. So I have version 83, so I'm going to go ahead and click this. This is going to take me to I put myself here. This is going to take me to a bunch of files that I can download. I want to download the file that's correct for my operating system. So that's Windows. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. You should select the one that for the operating system you have. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. That's going to download a zip file. Then I'm going to go ahead and right click on it and click show in folder. And then it's this file right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm actually going to paste it in my desktop folder. Once I paste it, you don't have to do this step but I have multiple versions of this driver on my computer. So I'm just going to rename it. This is what it should be on your computer. So what you're going to do once you bring your zip file to your desktop folder is you're going to right click and hit extract all. That's going to show a folder or a pop-up window like this. Show extracted files when completed. No, I don't want to. I can just click on it locally, and then I'm going to hit extract. Once I do that, it's going to create this folder, which is going to have my Chrome driver that Selenium will use. I will need the path for this, but we can come back to that later. So now that we have the Chrome driver, let's go ahead and create a Google Chrome profile. So the way I'm going to do that is, once again, I'm going to go to Chrome, and I'm going to click on this icon. So this is my default Chrome browser. And so I'm going to go ahead and click this and add a new profile. And I'm going to call this profile Amazon purchase bot. And then I don't want to create a desktop for this user. And then I'm going to hit add. Once I do that, a new version of Chrome should pop up. So once I'm here, what I can do is I can go to that same Chrome // version. And what this is going to give me, or it should give me, it's actually not responding. So I'm going to wait for a second wait for it to finish. Yep. So what it should give me is a path, which is this profile path right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this path because I will need it later. So now so far what we have done is we've downloaded the Google Chrome driver, and then the next thing we've done is downloaded the Google Chrome or create a Google Chrome profile. So now we're ready to use Selenium to go to a website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out of this, make sure it's closed or your Google Chrome is closed, and I'm going to go ahead and open Command Prompt and type in Jupyter Notebook. This will open up Jupyter Notebooks. Then I'm going to go to the location of where where this section is. So this is the Google Chrome driver and profile sections. And I'm going to go ahead and create this use Selenium to go to website Jupyter Notebooks file. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and create a new, because I think the best way to learn a code is to actually type it out. So while I do have the code here, I'm actually going to go ahead and type it out with you guys in a new Python notebook. So I'm going to call this Jupyter, or use Selenium to go to website, user copy. And I'm going to go ahead and hit rename. So this has created that. So first few things that first thing we do is we import the packages. So from Selenium, import WebDriver. So what is this doing? So let's go ahead and go to our Python folder, which for me is this one right here. So Python, whatever your Python folder is, you go to that. And then you go to the lib and you go to site packages, which is located right here. And then I want to go to, because I'm dealing with Selenium, I want to go to Selenium. So, so from Selenium, I'm importing WebDriver. So let's see what's in WebDriver. So in Python, there's something called a initialization file. This init __init__dot py. So what this basically is doing, and I'll go ahead and open this. I'm opening this up in Visual Studio. But you can pretty much open it in other software as well. But I just want to show you guys what this is doing. This is basically importing everything that this folder has as part of the code. So when I type in from Selenium import WebDriver, it goes to this initialization Python file, and it basically imports all this code, which is like the from .firefox, which would be this right here. It's going to import WebDriver as Firefox, so on and so forth. So just wanted to I showed this in the last section, but I kind of just want to show it to you guys again that, hey, this is the code we will be using. You'll, once you get really good at Python, you can actually go in here and make changes as well. But a lot of these packages come pre-built, they're well tested and whatnot. So we won't need to do any of that there. I just wanted to show you guys how we're getting the code. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and close this as well. So my first step was from Selenium, I imported WebDriver. So now I'm going to define the Chrome driver path and the Chrome profile path that I just created. So for me, that was my Chrome driver path is, in my desktop folder. I go here and I go to Chrome driver Win32. So this is the same path that's here. I can just basically click on properties and get this, get the folder path. So this path right here, and this is the folder path. And so I will get I'm going to add a new cell, and I'm going to get the folder path as well as the Chrome driver that's within the folder path. Now, one thing you'll notice is that in Python, whenever I do backslashes, I put 2s because backslashes in Python is an escape character. It'll give you all sorts of trouble. And it's a very annoying thing about Python, but this is one way to avoid them, is to simply use 2. So that this way we tell Python that, hey, it's not an escape character. So I'm going to go ahead. That's my Chrome driver path that Selenium will be using. Now, next is the Chrome profile path, which is this guy right here. So I'm going to go and type in Chrome version again. And so it's this, for me, it's profile 10 because I've created plenty of profiles. For you guys, it might be like profile 1 or something. So I'm simply going to change this out. Now, remember, you do have to put this user data directory in front of it. And same thing, forward slashes or backslashes are done twice. And I'm going to change this 1 to a 10. So now this is basically me defining variables and telling Python that, hey, I'm not telling you right now, but I'm saying that, hey, my Chrome profile path or like this variable means this. This variable Chrome driver path means this. And then I'm going to hit Shift Enter to run it. Looks like I have an error. I'm missing double quotations, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the double quotations. And I'm going to hit Shift Enter again. So now I've defined what my Chrome driver path is and what my Chrome profile path is. And just to hone this in further, I can name these things anything I want, but you want to name it something descriptive. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this piece of code and I'm going to run it one by one. So, and I'll tell you guys what I'm doing in each one. So within WebDriver, there is something called Chrome options. And basically I'm saying that options is that Chrome options class. And you can look into the code if you want to dig deeper, but basically I'm defining what Chrome options are, or I'm initializing the Chrome options class and I'm calling it options. And now I'm adding in an argument to the add argument is within the class Chrome options, the add argument is a function within that class. And so I'm calling that class and calling that function and passing in the Chrome profile path as my argument. And so now what I'm doing is I'm creating within WebDriver Chrome. There's also I'm initializing a driver class, and I'm passing in my options as well as my Chrome driver path, and I'm calling this driver. So basically, if I click on this and I hit Shift Enter, this will basically pop open. This guy right here, which is, so let me do that again actually and see if I can So I run this again. This should open up a new Chrome window. Yep. And you'll see like Chrome is being controlled by automated tested software. So now I'm going to tell it to go to smile.amazon.com. Smile.amazon.com is basically the same thing as Amazon.com, except if you shop from smile.amazon.com, you can donate to your favorite charity. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Shift Enter here. And so right now, I haven't logged into this profile and I haven't logged into Amazon. So I'm actually going to do that right now. I'm going to hit the Keep Me Signed In button. So it might ask you to authenticate yourself via your cell phone, but that's one way you can do it. So basically, now this profile has my Amazon credentials. So I'm going to go ahead and close this, and I'm going to go ahead and run this driver again. So this piece of code. And now when I go on smile.amazon.com, it should take me to my account because I've already signed in. And that's the reason why we create a profile where we save our credentials. So with that, we have we have used Selenium to essentially open up a website, with just some code. So just to put it all together, I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and this as well. And I'm going to go ahead and close this. And with this block of code, I'm going to run it all together, and it's going to open up smile.amazon.com, and it's already going to be logged into my account because I've told it to remember my credentials. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but whenever I logged into Amazon.com, I clicked on Keep Me Signed In. Make sure you guys do that because that's one way that Amazon this profile remembers your Amazon credentials. And this is essentially the same thing as if hey, you were to go on your default browser and you go on Amazon.com. You don't have to sign in every single time because your default browser remembers. This is essentially the same thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and close this. So let's recap a bit of what we did. We downloaded the Google Chrome driver from Google Chrome's website. And then we went ahead and created a new profile within our Google Chrome called Amazon Purchase Bot. We got the location for those two, the Google Chrome and the Google Chrome driver, and as well as the new profile that we created. And then we basically use some code or use Selenium to go to smile.amazon.com. So that's pretty much it for this section. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys were able to get a first glance of, the power of Selenium. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next section. Thank you.